Hello everybody and welcome back to Balake Farms, Chip in Norton. So, just getting this set up to spread some lime on the fields we are now done. Just because I believe they need sorting out. We've still got the lorry there full of potatoes. So what we're going to do, we're just going to head down to the sugar mill, get this unloaded, and then we're going to take this to the sunflower field so that we can unload the combine on the move, or unload the combine, probably not on the move because I'll be driving the combine. It holds a bit more literage than our trailer. I've got some big plans. Trouble is, we need some big money. I'd like to sell that trailer. That's plan number one. Also thinking of building a raspberry, I want to say glass house, but it's more of like an open air sort of deal. So we're going to buy a raspberry open air sort of deal, and then start making some jam. Because who doesn't love a bit of jam? That's what I'm hoping to do this episode. We also will have to move all of the sugar and apples across to the cider factory. Sugar's not too bad because it's right next door, but the apples have got to come from the farm, so that will take a few. I'm hoping I can get a really good stack on the trailer, but I don't know if we'll get 70 pallets of apples on one load. I doubt we will, but either or, we'll start getting some sugar and apples down to the cider factory. I know, to be fair, just thinking about it, the sugar's actually got to go quite far as well, because we've got to take it from this mill up here all the way down to pretty much where the shop is. So yeah, both of them have got to go quite far, so we'll we might even get a lorry and a curtain cider. Well, that's what I said, big plans, big expenses. So I'm going to carry on, I'll get this run to the sugar mill, and I'll see you there. Right, so here we are. This is the last load of sugar beet. Let's get this offloaded. We're also then just going to check on the progress because time is moving on. Ooh, 918 litres. We're nearly ready to spawn our first pallet. So the orchard still got manure in it, still producing, but it is full now. So we're going to have to start moving some of that this episode. That can be turned off. No, it can't. It's still got canola in it. Still got 1,800 litres, so we'll leave that there. Bio plant, we ain't got anything in. Potato factory, we're now out of potatoes. So we'll turn that off, save us a bit of money, and they're full of water. That's beautiful. Animal situation is, chickens have still got food. 0 litres of eggs though. That's strange. Might go check on them in a minute. Cows have got 24,000 out in the outdoor one. And 37,000. So yeah, not too worried about them at the moment. And we've got plenty of slurry to get rid of again. Right, I'm going to jump down to the sunflower field. And we'll carry on combining, so I will see you there. So here we are, pulling up to the sunflower field. The shop's pretty busy today. We've got to mind all the cars. Gonna have to sort of run over this guy's field a little bit to get to ours, but hey ho, at least it's not our field. Right, I'm going to leave the lorry down here, switch it off, because we've still got 0.8 of an hour left before we have to pay for another rental of it, so that's good. We're now going to jump back in our combine hopefully we can get this field sorted. As we established last episode, this combine is painfully slow uphill. So it's on our list again to get changed, but that list at the moment is so big that we need to focus on what's going to make us money, which will be jam factories, raspberry garden, glasshouse thingy-majiggy. I'll show you what I mean. I've seen it. And, you know, let's get this cider factory finally producing. Right, I'm going to time-lapse a bit of me harvesting, and I will catch up with you guys shortly. Right, as we approach the end of this field, we are coming up to needing our first empty. You've probably seen from the time lapse so far that this combine is painfully slow uphill. So there you go, I am flat out now. That is it. And she's 1-2 miles an hour. And I wouldn't have said it was over. Well, I suppose it is a bit of a gradient, but yeah, that's it. That is the combine. Absolutely flat out. So this is going to be very, very slow going. We'll probably end up leaving it on a worker once we've got a couple of loads in the trailer, so we can concentrate on a few other bits and bobs around the farm. Yeah, look at it, 1 mile an hour, 2 miles. This combine is honestly shocking. Don't use the New Holland CH7.70. It's going to be axed off the farm after this year, I think. Right, just get this to fill up to 99%, 100% even, and then we will jump into the lorry. Right, so that is the first load emptying into the trailer. Gonna nip and get this worker moved into the next field. Keep him busy. So we've got the sugar beet field, what we've just finished, what we want to get sprayed. So all the fields that are left are going to get planted this year. So we'll have potatoes, more sugar beet, and I don't know if to do soybeans, sunflowers, or corn. But either way, we're going to have something, a wild card in there, so shouldn't be too bad. Right, I'm going to jump back in the combine, and we will carry on with this very, very slow harvest. I'll probably fill the tank up one more time, and then I will get on with a few of the jobs while the worker takes over. Right, so that's empty number 2 underway. I'm going to finish this little corner, and then we are going to start carting some of the beautiful apples down to the cider factory. And we'll leave that half of the field on a worker. Hopefully. They get a bit confused when you don't let them do the whole field. They're like teenagers. But we'll get this emptied, I'll finish this last little triangle, and then we will go and load up with some apples. Right, that's that half of the field done, so we will go put a worker on the other half. Yet again, lifted the header up, turned it off, and this is literally the flat out speed of this crappy combine. It is atrocious. Alright, let's get over there in 6 months and we'll get a worker on it. I genuinely think after I'm finished this field, I'm just going to sell it so that I don't accidentally use it again next year. Let's see. Worker. AI worker, work headland off, just do up and downs, and off he goes. So we should be able to leave that with him now. We will move this rig onto the next field, which is down there I believe. Then we will start and load up some apples before it gets too dark. Because the light is fading, it is 5 o'clock. So I think the beet field was down here. We'll get that lime spread. I don't think it's needing to put an over lot of lime on, to be honest, so usage is not too bad. It's not crashing into the hedge. Apparently we're still going to crash into the hedge. Oh, we've real messed that up. Right. I do need to edit the tram lines. I think, is it on this backfield? No, I think they've all got tram lines on now, apart from the sunflower field. We'll have to set that up because we do need to get the weed sprayer in. So let's get this one, and then there's that potato field to do as well. So get him spreading that one. And here's our fast track. We're going to go and get some nice apples loaded on it. All being well. Now the only problem with where our apple thing is the ground is so distorted. It is very, very hard to load up. But we'll give it our best shot. So we're just going to use auto load on that because of the severe angle. That's 52,500 litres of apples. There should be a load more come out. Here they are slowly. So that's 70,000. So there should be about 5,000 more litres. But I think this trailer is full. Yes, this trailer is full. So we'll get this first load taken and dropped off in our cider factory. So just got to refresh my memory of where the cider factory is. Ah, yeah, it's here. So past the shop, left, and it's up there. I don't think I've ever driven here yet, so this will be an experience. Right, I'm going to head that way, and I will see you all there. Just because it's got so dark, just going to skip forward to November quickly before we get this produce dumped. Should still be harvesting. Yeah, so we are still harvesting, which is good. But it is raining, so we're going to have to stop the harvest very shortly because it will ruin the yield. Right, I'll get this produce across to the cider factory. Right, so this is the first load of apples going into the cider factory. I presume we drop it off here. Let's see. Nope. Let me just jump out and have a look. Is it around the back? I think that's where the produce comes out. Sure we're in the right spot. Because there's the trigger. Unless it's got to be decanted. No, it doesn't seem to be working. So we might have to bring a trailer over it and decant them. So I will go and empty the worker, and then I will fill this trailer up with the apples and see if that does it. So I'll see you shortly. Right, I'm just pulling up because we're going to chuck the sunflowers into the mill and have them turned into sunflower oil, but we are just going to sell these pallets. The canola is going to be for potatoes, but sunflowers we are going to sell for a bit of extra revenue. That's back in there. Let's get that load dipped in there. We should be able to activate. Where is it? Old mill. And we should activate that sunflower storing. Granola is now completely out, so we'll disactivate that for the time being. And keep production costs down. Right, I'm going to run across the cider factory now and see if decanting those boxes makes it work. Right, let's see if we can decant these apples. It is letting us do it. So what we might do is just try one, because we don't want to fill up. Okay. 2,500 litres per box. Let's just move this forward. When the camera starts, let's move that. See if we can tip this load now it's at the back of the trailer. I'm not quite sure why that's not working, but I'll have a look into it and see if we can get to the bottom of why the Cider factory is not working. But I have just seen, I think it's the combine has just finished. Yep. So what we're going to do is off-hire that header and turn that. We're also going to return the lorry now. And there should be a trailer somewhere to return. That one. So yeah, that is all returned. Right. While we're here, let's drive the combine back to the yard now. Get the last of the sunflowers in the mill, and then move the fertiliser spreader on. So another job we said we was going to do at the beginning of the episode was we was going to build a raspberry. Well, we didn't know if it was garden or a glass house, so let's have a look. Yeah, so it's this one here. So I was thinking on this bit of park here, possibly on the grass. Bit of grass area. Let's get our raspberries set up. So that's another job we was going to do. And then what we're going to do is I think there's a factory that we can make a jam out of. What's that one? That's the lime production. Because obviously we will need to grow some raspberry, but there it is. It's £75,000, so we'll have to get saving for that for the time being. I thought there was a little one as well, which was going to start with a little one, but looks like it's just a big one. So we need to get £75,000 together, which ain't the end of the world. I'm just going to get this unloaded now, and then we can use the tractor, because I believe we've got to double check. I think we've got to get some seeds for the raspberry production. So where is it? It's the orchard. Raspberry, there we go. So yeah, it needs seeds and water. The water is not too bad. And then we'll need some seeds. So I'll get this unloaded quickly. Put it next to the cider factory. Hopefully we'll get that working soon. Or we'll have a read up about it. and see if there's anything I've missed. Right guys, I've figured it out. We had the wrong type of apples. Apparently we've got to be in a certain crate. So welcome to our new glass house of apple trees. And this is distributing straight to the cider factory, which is now, if we have a look, running. Ta-da! So we go in here and we should be able to turn on cider. So now everything should be distributing there, even the sugar should be coming straight here. And we are officially making cider. So guys, I've just sold the remaining of the apples that we'd done wrong. So we had like, I think it was 75,000 litres. I've had to decant them into the trailer and I've poured them in this sell point. So we're now sat with £72,000, which got me thinking, maybe we can buy the raspberry factory by the end of this episode. So what we're going to do is just run to the yard quickly, pick up the low loader and sell the eggs we've got, because November is the best time to sell eggs. So we've got to get them sold. So let's get them sold. I'll see you back over at the yard. And what we're actually going to do is, because we need this trailer in a minute to drop some seeds into the raspberry glass house thing, I'm just going to leave it in that guy's field. He's just got it cultivated, just to save us running it back to the yard and then coming back to get it again. Right, I'll see you back at our yard. So here we are. I'm going to pick the low loader up. I'm going to wrestle through the cows and let's go get the eggs what we've got put on the trailer. So I don't know how many we've got because I've had to keep pulling them out the trigger because they're filling up the pen too quickly. So let's just get this spun around, nip through the cow shed and go and see what eggs we have. That is a bit annoying, this where the eggs are, because you have to go through here and watch we don't hit any cows on the way in. These cows do like to sit in the way. I'm sure we'll be alright. Let's go around the long way around. So we've got a fair amount of eggs chucked here, so I'm going to pull up on the side, get them loaded, and then we'll nip to the sell point. So there we have it. We've got 20 full pallets and then 98 extra litres, which is what they must have been making today for us. So not the end of the world, pretty good. So we'll just run over, mind these cows. I think we'll just flip that one. Let's just actually check what's the best. I was going to take them to the village shop, but I don't actually know if that's the best sell point. So eggs. So we got a 4185, 4243, 4256, or 4325. So yeah, village shop is actually the best sell point. Quite like the village shop. It's nice and local, and it's easy for us to get to. Actually, while we're here, I've just seen there's a pallet outside of each glass house. We might as well just take them and just get them gone, sort of thing. So I'll jump on the skid steer and I'll get these chucked on the trailer as well. So here we are at sell point. Let's get this sold. Ooh, 92,000. So that should give us plenty of money to build the jam factory and get a silo for seeds, so we can start filling up the raspberries. So I'm just going to take this back to the yard, go pick up our dumpy trailer, and I'll see you over at the little area where we've got everything. Right, so here we are back at our little area with our dumpy trailer. So let's get into build mode, because what we're going to need is we're going to need a silo that can spawn seeds, because the new glass house and everything takes like decanted seeds in the trailer opposed to the bags. It's silo extensions. Can never remember where they are. Oh, it's containers, that's it. So what we're looking for is something like this, so we can buy, we'll go for the full fat one, and then we can buy seeds on demand. We can keep everything topped up without having to buy like a pallet, decant it into the trailer all the time, because that's quite long-winded, and this will be a lot easier. And while we've got the money as well, I think we should just go ahead and get the jam factory bought. Then we know we can make jam as soon as our raspberries are ready. So where was our jam factory? There we go, one jam factory. So where do we want to put it? Just put it in this back corner, and then we can get a skid steer down here to basically move pallets around. So that is pretty cool. So this episode we've managed to buy our little raspberry production, and we're going to be able to get it set off, and we also have the factory for when we have the first pallets. So it's very exciting. So let's go in here. Let's go find seeds. So I don't know how many it takes, so we'll just fill the trailer up. This is going to be rather expensive, I guess. Oof. £32,000. Ouch. But we should be making good money once we've got this all sorted. So let's get this tipped. Now, I've never tipped into the raspberry factory, but I'm hoping it's easy. Oh, look at that. Just pull up to it and it's happy. So we'll get that tipped in there. I don't know how many seeds it's going to take. Whatever it doesn't take, we'll nip over to the new apple glasshouse area. But it does look like it's going to... Oh no, didn't quite take the full lot, so we'll just nip over to the new glasshouse and tip the rest in there, because it definitely needs to keep topped up. While we're making sugar, we need to be making apples. So this one should just be here. Let's get it tipped when it comes up. Or have I missed the trigger completely? Alright, let's get back down there. Ooh. There it is. So let's get that last 2,000 litres tipped into there. Keep them stocked up. And I think the only thing we've got left is our raspberry factory needs water, which I can't put in this trailer, unfortunately. We'll just go double check on it. If we go into the menu, factories, which is not ras, it'll be the raspberry garden, that's it. So yeah, it's got 10,000 litres of seeds, we need 10,000 litres of water. So what we're probably going to have to do is just dump that there. And if you remember, we still have leased the Bailey water bowser slash slurry tanker, so we might be able to and it should just be up the road. So we'll go pinch that. We'll get some water, 10,000 litres of water, put into that raspberry garden. So I'll see you back there once we've got the baby trailer. So we're just going to fill it up with water from there. Don't know why the water's so murky. But then we can offload the water into this raspberry garden, and we can then start and make some raspberries. So we'll get that turned on and the production for raspberries can start. So I think we're going to leave it there today, guys. So thank you for watching. If you've liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to comment below, leave us any questions or anything you'd like us to do with series, please comment below. And as always, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you'll get notifications of all our videos. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.